And to share about why do healers and coaches and people that do spiritual work, even astrology, we sometimes, first, there's twofold. We struggle to ask for the right pricing for our services. First, because there is more to it than what meets the eye. If a client knocks at my door, books a session with me, they're already in my energy field. This is my duty, my responsibility to clear my energy, but I'm also receptive because I'm going to receive psychic information, dreams, insight, images, and visions prior to the meeting that will be supporting the meeting that we'll have. That is not counted in the hour or the hour and a half that you'll be with us, right? And most of you maybe don't even know we get that. We can get also like the emotions that you feel. We connect to them because we're very hypersensitive. That's how we work, right? So there is so much more than the work that you see that goes behind a healing session, an astrology reading, a psychic healing, whatever it is that you're booking. And, for the longest time, I had a hard time putting a price on my work. I just had no idea how much I should I should ask my clients to pay for like a psychic reading or oracle reading or whatever it is that the service that they were asking from me. And yes, over the years, I've been in business for like 6 years. So, if I had still the same price, it makes no sense. I have developed my gifts. I did a lot more courses. I practice a lot more. Right? It's like anything. If you're starting in a business, you're 6 years in, you expect to have more money coming in, right? With the experience and everything. And maybe you're going to go up the ladders and whatever, right? So for spiritual, astrological, esoteric type of jobs, I think there's like a misconception that we should not charge for our services, that it's a God-given right, that's a gift that we have, therefore it should be free, that we shouldn't be asking for anything. We should just share everything for free. And I think there's lots of guilt in asking for an exchange of money. Because of that, it kind of creates us like feeling like it's wrong to ask for money in exchange of what we offer. And that makes no sense either. But, that's how this society has been built. As I was saying in my last video, the spiritual type of work that I do and many others do in coaching and astrology, like some of them are really based on, modalities that we learn, of course. But at the same time, it's also, our own experience and what we can tune into. And there's like so much more broader energies that we tune into. And as I said, it's not just like the hour that you're with us, it's the after, it's the before. If you have multiple sessions, you'll be in our energy field until you end your sessions. So, anyways, it's more complex, I think, than most people think. And a last thing I wanted to share about that whole charging for services is that, the money that you spend on you, the money that you spend on your vacations, the money you spend on that new bicycle or that new activity you want to do, it's all part of choices, right? And yeah, some people will charge more for a single session. As I said, it's not just a session. A lot of people just see the session as the time that it's requiring, but it's preparation, it's energetics, it's so much more than that. And because also they want to offer a transformation that you cannot offer if you have 30 clients in 1 week. I don't want 30 clients in my week, unless it's like a course or something, but I don't want 30 appointments. I want to give my clients my attention, my highest level of frequency of channeling, of insight to support them the most that I can in the best way possible. I'm not super tired because I have so many clients and I have all the energy of the other ones that I've just met, and you know what I mean? So sometimes you'll see people charging more because of that too, because the transformation they offer is really high and expended, and it can make you expend a lot. Then you choose if you step into this energy. We create the energy field with you, and you're the one that has to hold it afterwards and in between the sessions, right? So there's like the number of sessions we actually want to hold, that is the highest quality that we can offer to people. So next time you want to have a session and you're like looking at the pricing and you're like, oh my God, can I actually spend that on myself? Well, first there's like this, we've paid for healing sessions ourselves, for courses, for training, for self-healing, and so many other things. We didn't get here like by accident doing nothing, It might not have been like a very linear way of doing things like it would have been for, a bachelor's or master's or a PhD or whatever. But it's still valuable. And so when you feel the calling in your heart to have a session with someone that really resonates with you, and yeah, it could mean that maybe you're not going to go out with your friends for dinner this weekend if you choose to spend money on this for this week. Or maybe the universe is going to be like, well, I'm so happy that you're taking this money to spend on you now, because you're due to have this reset and get this insight and shift your life around. Maybe you'll have more opportunities to make money after. So it's like, don't see, if you're really aligned with a person, don't see the pricing as something that should be a block. Because if it's a block, the block is not about that person's price. It's about you. Maybe you're not ready to spend that money for you. Maybe you're not ready to put yourself first. How much money did I spend on my healing, on developing my gifts, my talents, my skills? Thousands and thousands of dollars. And it was not when I was working and having a big pack of cash. I did, the long-term payment plan to be able to afford it. And I was like, you know what? I want this transformation. I'm going to go in and be right my 2 feet in it, because I know my soul is calling me there. So my message is, if you feel called to have a session with someone, you feel like their energy is calling you in, there's a reason for that. Follow what that message is for you, and try to see a bigger, wider perspective of why people charge certain amounts for their services, because there's a lot in the unseen, and even more so in what we do. On this note, have a beautiful, beautiful day. Sending you love and sunshine from here. Bye. And you can also message me and look at my website to connect with me for astrology and energy healing and everything else. Bye.